Our last matchup is going to be awesome. This is going to be one for the ages, I think, this matchup. We have the battle of the MVP candidates. We have the Ravens versus the Bills. Baltimore being favored by 1 point, and the over-under being 51.5. The Ravens are coming off a good win against the Steelers. In that game, Derrick Henry went off like nobody's business. 26 carries, 186 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He made the Steelers look like, just taking belt to ass. He made them look like little pipsqueaks. Lamar Jackson had a good game as well. He had over 80 yards rushing. He had no turnovers, threw no interceptions. He looked really great. Overall, the Ravens ran all over the Steelers. The whole team ran for 299 yards and 2 touchdowns. So they ran all over the Steelers. They didn't even care about their good defense. One thing to keep in mind about the Ravens, they won that game against the Steelers without Zay Flowers, and Zay Flowers is still questionable for this game. And Zay Flowers is the best wide receiver for the Ravens, and I think they will need him in this game. He's quick, he's shifty, so I think they need him for this game. Their defense, their secondary was pretty bad for a while, and one of their corners, White, is questionable for this game, so keep an eye on that. But they've been shoring it up lately. Their defense has actually been playing a little better than it has been in the previous games before. Their defense has only allowed 57 points in the last 5 games, including the last one last week against the Steelers, so that's pretty good. They have the best rushing defense in the league, number 1. And Allen and Cook, the Bills like to use those guys, especially Allen. He's one of the better running quarterbacks in this league. And Cook, that guy is a touchdown machine for the Bills. So with that, though, since week 10, we talk about the Ravens defense. Since week 10, the Ravens defense ranks 3rd in opponent EPA peer play and 2nd in opposition success rate. So they short up that defense. It's better than it was in the beginning and the midseason. So that's good if you're a Ravens better and you're hoping they win this game. Let's talk about the Bills. Bills are coming off a blowout win against the Broncos. I told you guys the Broncos were fool's gold. They'd be one and done, and the Bills blew them out. Broncos, they were never going to win that game. Cook and Allen, they had a great game. You go look at their numbers. Those guys are touchdown machines. Allen is one of the best, well-protected quarterbacks in the league. I believe he's the least quarterback. I think he's only been sacked 12 times in the whole season. I know it's less than 15, so this guy does not get sacked at all. That just says about how good his offensive line is, but also how hard it is to sack him. Like I said, he's one of the better running quarterbacks in this league, but he's also one of the bigger, stronger quarterbacks as well. The Bills have a well-balanced offense. They don't have really a great wide receiver. They have a bunch of good wide receivers. I thought Amari Cooper would have, done more once he got traded over there, but he really hasn't done nothing. I believe he only had like 18 yards receiving last week. But, Allen likes to spread it around. He has 2 good tight ends, and Knox and Kincaid. And then he has a good wide receivers in Samuel, Coleman, Shakir, and Cooper. So he likes to spread the ball around. There's not going to be one dominant wide receiver. I already talked about Cook. Cook has 18 touchdowns total, receiving and rushing. So he's really great. I believe he's just got over 1,000 yards rushing. But when you have Allen, you don't need to run the running back's not going to get all the rushing yards. So, and their backup running back, Davis, I believe he has a concussion. I believe he's out for this game. This game, both these teams have weapons galore. They have 2 MVP candidates. I believe Jackson will win the MVP over Allen, or he should win the MVP over Allen, in my opinion. So weapons galore, MVP candidates at the most important position, quarterback position. This is going to be a legendary matchup. It's going to be one of the best games of the year. And you know what? When I really come down, when I think about it, with the weather being as crappy it's going to be the mid to high teens. So it's going to be cold as hell. You would think that'd favor the Bills because that's the Bills. They're used to playing that crappy weather. but I think this plays into the Ravens. Tell me, who would you rather get hit in the cold, where it stings a little bit more? Who would you rather get hit by? Would you rather get hit by Cook, the Bills running back, or would you rather get hit by Derrick Henry, the Ravens running back? I'd rather get hit by Cook in the cold weather where it stings much more than Derrick Henry. So I think that plays into the Ravens' hands. I think the Ravens are going to pound the ball like nobody's business. It's going to hurt those Bills defenders because Derrick Henry is a freight train. So I like the Ravens to cover the 1 point in this game. I also think Lamar Jackson is the better quarterback. I think he is going to win the MVP, or he should win the MVP. So give me the guy who I think should win the MVP, and give me the bulldozer that is Derrick Henry to win this game and cover the 1 point.